Get ready to get weird! The best part of waking up.
What is this bullshit?
It's Folgers in your cup.
This is like...
You plugged in? You charged?
I'm good to go.
All right.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
How are you doing with...
I'm good. The Zines are working for me. This episode is brought to you by Zine nicotine pouches.
Seems like a joke.
So we just had to break for a second, and then now we're into episode 24, right?
Episode 24. Shout outs to Kobe Bryant.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I know. We're doing it.
2 episodes, 1 night. Anyway,
no, it's not the same night. We're just wearing the same shit.
Exactly. Okay. Adam Sandler's
Zohan.
Yeah, Adam Sandler's top 11 highest grossing movies.
Slap-a-joe. Slap-a-joe.
Yeah,
Remember that SNL skit? Yeah.
Don't mess with the Zohan.
I'm not a huge fan of that one. It's good. Not a huge fan.
So, estimated budget was $90 million. Is that what the budget for, like, how much they spent on the movie?
Yeah.
And they brought home $227 million.
Decent turnover.
Jeez Louise, that's the dumbest movie in the world. I hate that movie.
I hate
it.
But, they can't put movies like that out anymore because everything's got to be rooted in, like, reality now. And people are like...
Are you making a knock on me because I don't like Mandalorian?
Oh, no, I was being dead ass. Like, I'm just saying, like, people will pick out, like... like nowadays they can't just like go along with like it being a movie like Happy Gilmore, like that situation would never happen in a million years. And there would be people nowadays that would dissect the movie and be like
yeah, but you don't mess with the Zohan as like over the top.
It's weird.
I think the viewers realized it's just a silly movie.
I'm not a
Mr.
fan.
Deeds.
I like it. Stabs his foot.
Great movie.
Yep, good flick.
$240 million. Whew.
I really like Mr. Deeds. I like it when he stabs his foot with that poker.
Bedtime Stories. I've seen it. Not a fan.
Never seen it. Longest Yard.
$242 million.
The Longest Yard is the one, man.
Good movie.
That's might be my favorite.
He got yoked for that movie.
He looks good there.
There's a shirtless scene of him in that movie. He looks fucking good, dude. 242.
Yeah, woo! That Nelly. Joey Diaz is in that movie.
He is.
Yep.
He is. Kansas State. For Coach Snyder? No, Kansas State Prison.
Isn't that true, too? Is that really where he went to prison?
I don't know. No. I think he was in Colorado.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Good movie.
Really good movie.
Grown Ups 2.
Never seen it.
I like the Grown Ups movies. Both of them are pretty good.
I saw the first one in theaters and I was not impressed.
Yeah, I mean, Again,
I'm not hating on it. I just personally...
It's a silly movie. 51st Date, great movie.
Solid flick.
51st Dates.
I like the guy that can't remember
Adam
anything.
Sandler from like 95 to 2005 was unbeatable.
He may very well be the cinematic comedian GOAT.
Yeah, who's better?
Only one.
Nobody's richer.
Only person I could put.
Nobody's richer.
The only person I would put close to him would be like Pauly Shore.
Yeah, but what? Because he had that one movie.
You don't remember his run. I don't think you recall his run properly.
What was that movie?
He was huge, all over MTV back in the day.
Yeah.
Like he had tons of movies, like TRL. Like, dude, he was big, man.
That movie called Pauly.
Yeah, dude, Pauly Shore was really, really big. He was,
he's not on the same.
Probably okay. I did
building.
overspeak there. He's not on the same wavelength as Adam, but as far as like cinematic comedy,
Anger Management.
Yeah, good flick, man. God. Here's Johnny.
Yeah, isn't he dead now? Jack Nicholson?
Did he die?
I don't know.
That's unfortunate.
First Grown Ups, unbeatable.
Yeah. That's just
him. $280 million.
Him and all his buddies. I mean, it's definitely like sit down with the family and watch it with like Rylan or whatever. Be cool.
Yeah, it's a clean movie.
Yeah.
Click.
Cried. Made me and Crockett
Sad
cry.
movie.
Me and Crockett once watched that at my mother's house. I think we like rented it. We were like sleep over at my house, and
That when it's raining in the parking lot and his dad.
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes, dude, that's one of the saddest fucking scenes ever
Yeah.
in all of cinema.
I mean, Waterboy. Come on.
Water sucks.
You know what's
really,
amazing
really
to me
sucks.
though?
What?
Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore are not even on this list of the top 11.
What?
They're not. They're not.
What website is this?
All of them.
No, what website are you on right now?
BusinessInsider.com.
Clearly, it's fake news then. See, that's the thing about these
$323
lists.
million.
Dude, these lists are so...
And then Big Daddy.
But you're not even going to...
But then Hotel Transylvania's not even on this. Oh, yeah, it is. I don't even know what this fucking
Yeah,
site's
I mean, don't get me wrong. I just wouldn't equate, you're never going to... You got to have Happy Gilmore on there.
Click, Grown Ups 2, Grown Ups, Hotel Transylvania. $358 million. That's fucking crazy to me.
That is pretty insane. I bet he does have bukus. Did you see when him and Whitney Cummings were on Zoom, or him and Bert and Whitney Cummings zoomed with Adam Sandler, and it was the first time Bert met him, and he made himself look like a total jackass.
What'd he do?
Fanboyed out.
Oh, I would.
Harder than you, dude. Do you have YouTube?
Did Adam Sandler know who he is?
Kinda, sorta. Do you have YouTube?
Yeah.
Pull it up real quick.
But we don't have audio.
Fuck.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Damn it. But no, yeah, Adam Sandler's cool. He's cool. I'm not a huge... I used to be a bigger fan of it. I'm just not really that into that type of movie, anymore.
Yeah.
I think I've grown out of it. Like, I'll still watch a stupid Will Ferrell movie.
Yeah, but you got to respect it,
Yeah, but I think its time has come and gone.
Yeah, people would probably look at his bad run on Netflix and be like, yeah, he's ruined his career, but that was a money move.
Yeah, I don't have any issue with that.
It's his 401k.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with that whatsoever. But no, yeah, he'll go down as like the greatest comedian movie actor for sure.
I mean, who's better?
I can't even really think of anyone that's put on a run like he did.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, Will and him are the neck and neck goats.
You got to think about...
And they're both SNL children.
What about Ben Stiller?
I still would say I think Will and Adam Sandler are clear-cut favorites for that role spot.
Yeah.
Top dog. I think Will might even take it over. I would say Will Ferrell's catalog to me is more watchable. I'd rather watch Will Ferrell movies than Adam Sandler. I think.
Yeah, at this point, I'm watching Adam Sandler movies for the nostalgia.
Yeah, exactly. Because you got to think. I actually think Will Ferrell's a funny dude. I think sometimes Adam Sandler stuff with where he's just doing weird voices and stuff. It's kind of annoying if you think about it.
Yeah, Will Ferrell's funny.
Yeah, Will's. Dude, have you seen Billy on the Street?
Mm-hmm.
And Will would guest spot on it sometimes. And this one time he had to have a screaming competition with this little girl. And the prize was an American Girl doll or whatever. And they're just sitting in the streets and he's screaming at this 6-year-old girl.
Yeah, he's funnier.
And they give him the fucking prize over her. And it's so fucking funny.
It's funny. Did you see on Jimmy Fallon where the drummer of Red Hot Chili Peppers looks just like Will Ferrell? No. And they did a drumming contest.
Did they really? He can drum for real though, can he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the drummer of the Chili Peppers looks just like. You know who that is?
I've never seen him. No.
His name's Chad.
That's a lot of drummers and a lot of bands. They can fly under the radar. Nobody knows who the fuck they are. No, this is efficient. This is about as efficient as it gets. Efficiency is the key to success, and that's what we do. Chad Smith, never heard of him.
Let's look him up here. Look, I mean, he looks just like Will Ferrell.
Oh my god!
Is that not Will Ferrell drumming?
That's scary.
Yeah, there's them next to each other.
The Chili Peppers.
I mean, look at them next to each other.
That's creepy.
Yeah. So they did a drumming contest on Jimmy Fallon. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I like Will.
Have you watched The Wedding Singer yet? Dude.
I'm gonna be real with you. That's definitely bottom of the barrel for me.
I wanna
at the
make
list.
You smile whenever you're sad. Carry you around when your arthritis is bad.
I'm just not all that interested in it. I don't really. I don't like to watch like comedy stuff, like movies and stuff, because I listen to so many podcasts that are like comedy driven.
Yeah.
That when I turn on Netflix or Hulu or Disney Plus,
Makes it hard.
I want to watch like an episodic series or a movie. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what, but honestly, I don't watch all that much TV nowadays. It's mostly just like throw a podcast on and game it up.
Yeah, if I watch TV, it's going to be like the just dead air filler.
Yeah, shit just for the background.
And
like,
Practical Jokers. You ever watch that show?
Yeah, it's a solid show.
God, that show geeks me sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, the concept is definitely hilarious.
That dude Sal on that show,
mm-hmm.
super funny.
I would never have a problem doing any of those pranks, though. I would do anything. Because the thing is like, if I know I'm getting paid to do that for a television show and there's a camera on me, no holds barred, dude.
Yeah.
Why would I ever turn anything down?
Yeah, but they asked him to do some shit that's like questionable sometimes. Like
what?
Okay, so I was watching it yesterday and they were at an art show. No, they were working at an art store helping customers. And a black woman approaches one of them.
Uh-huh.
And
I like it.
The game was they just have to say whatever the other people tell them to say.
Yeah, easy.
So one of them was like, ask her, what's your favorite color? And she's like, orange. And then she's like, what's yours? And then the other guy was like, oh, well, that's cool. Mine's African American, and dropped it. Like, dropped the mic.
I would definitely do that. Dude, there's a camera on you. That makes it so much easier.
Yeah, and they're a lot softer than those dudes on YouTube that do those prank shows. Some of those dudes get the shit rocked out of them.
Yeah, some of those guys are... Yeah, I mean, obviously, you can't just walk up to, like, a yoked fucking 6'5"er and be like,
but
hey,
I prefer that style of prank, that, like... what do they call it? Knee slapper, or, like, easy, like, not dark... style of pranking, as opposed to the dudes on YouTube that are over there like baiting people in the hood, just basically trying to get them to hit them.
Yeah, that's juvenile, and that's just annoying. Yeah,
I think their style of comedy seems childish to a lot of people, but actually, it's a lot more
thought out.
Yeah,
it's
crafted. It's an overproduced show too, but there a lot of the jokes there are like more,
So that's your go-to filler.
Oh, yeah.
Noise
right
filler?
now it is. Right
Really?
now it is. Usually it's The Office.
Yeah, mine used to be The Office. It's probably Rick and Morty now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, it's disappointing to me.
You don't like Rick and Morty?
Phil's a big fan of that show.
It's great. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm an adult. You know what I mean? It's like
you
the
watch
same thing with Family Guy.
I hate Family Guy.
I just can't watch cartoons, man. I can't do it.
Too cool.
No, just
too cool, right?
I'm too old for it.
Oh, you're too old for it. Why is that?
Because it's a cartoon.
So? Fuck's wrong. What makes you too old for that?
Because like babies watch cartoons,
Okay. Yeah. Fair.
I just don't. I can't connect with it. It's a cartoon.
Right.
Same thing. I can't connect with the fantasy world of the
You're
Mandalorian.
You're not really.
The Mandalorian is set in this fake outer space that we've been led to believe it's fake. It's like a fabrication. I can't get into it. I like to watch real shows.
Yeah, we've gone over it. We know you don't have an imagination.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
I guess not. Yeah, I mean.
No, not you guess. You don't.
I have an imagination. I just don't. I'm not big into fantasy shit.
That's fair. It's fair. I don't
like the idea of there being a solar system and an outer space. Like, that's fantasy. I don't believe in it.
I don't think you really don't believe in it. I'm not in that camp at all.
So we talked about this when we first started the idea of starting a podcast. Remember Phil's bachelor? Or it was Phil's bachelor party in the bowling alley when we were at the bowling alley. We would talk about like, oh man, we should start a podcast. You know, we have a lot of interesting shit to talk about. And then we recorded a conversation in the truck about like flat Earth and religion and all this shit. And my point of view always was like, I just don't think that the universe is as big as what people think it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Feasible.
Right.
Reasonable.
Fair. I mean,
yeah,
you're allowed. You're entitled.
Belief.
You're entitled to that. Yeah.
Now, sure. I'm leaning more towards the more extreme.
I'm gonna have to fill my
view.
coffee cup back up for this. So keep explaining how stupid you are.
I'm leaning towards the more extreme view of. I really don't think that outer space exists, and I don't think they ever went to the moon. I do think that everything's revolving around this Earth. That the idea of other life forms and aliens is a fantasy that's just as crazy as what my belief is, because there's been no research done. All the research is done by NASA, who is taking guesses based on the same guesses that I'm making from my fucking podcast studio.
False.
I mean, it is.
Oh, have you put satellites in the fucking in orbit?
I don't think satellites really technically exist in
Why?
the way that you think they exist.
How do they exist?
I think that satellites really, like, they don't leave our atmosphere. So they're not
And what makes you think
revolving our Earth at the great heights that what people think they are.
What makes you think that?
Because you can't leave our atmosphere. Just the same way that nothing can enter our atmosphere.
Yeah, but what do you base that off of?
The same knowledge that they are basing their shit off of, that everything's fucking fantasy world and we're just flying through the universe at 100 million miles per hour.
They're basing their knowledge off of pictures and video that they've taken, and they have a space station.
Okay, so we'll start there. All the footage from the space station was filmed at an underwater location with a green screen and CGI technology. There's video evidence on most of the space station footage where if they're inside the space station, they'll just randomly like fade out of frame and disappear before they actually leave the room. Or they'll be outside and air bubbles will pop up because they're obviously fucking underwater, and air bubbles will pop up and just the editor just missed it. As far as the Earth is round, the Earth wouldn't appear round because they're not that far away, and also they're using an eyeball lens that would make the Earth appear round,
right,
just like a GoPro.
So let's get into
What about the red bulb jump?
So here's the deal. Earth is round.
Okay.
If you think it's flat, you're foolish.
Okay.
Very foolish. Okay?
Yeah.
So here's the deal. One debunk.
Gotcha.
If the Earth were flat, then the sun would be visible at nighttime to us. Can you see the sun at night?
No.
And it would be visible in the way that a spotlight in a theater is visible when you're in the back row, encapsulated by shadow. Okay? Flat. The reason we don't see the sun at nighttime is because the Earth is round.
It's not true.
Okay?
I'm going to explain
Very
it to you.
true.
I'm gonna explain
I
it to you.
just fucking debunked you.
No, I'm going to explain it to you right
Okay,
now.
okay.
So,
Explain it to me better than what I just explained it to you.
this is our flat Earth. Okay? The very dead center of the Earth is the equator, right? Everything that rotates around the Earth rotates around this center point.
Really?
The sun shines directly down. When it's daytime here and nighttime in China, the sun is here and the moon is over China. When it rotates all the way around, the spotlight shines down on China and it's dark.
So if that's a flat Earth,
Yep.
If that's a flat Earth,
Yep.
Then when the sun's over here,
Over there.
I could see it if I were over here.
That's not true because it's so far away. The Earth is very large.
False. No.
Really?
That's not how flat surfaces work, Jake. So you haven't done your research here, buddy.
Jones.
Okay. Another reason.
Jones.
Another,
Hold on.
another reason.
No. Let's not move on.
Okay. All right.
So you're telling me that I could see if somebody shines a spotlight from a mile down the road, I'll be able to see it.
Nope.
So why do you think we would be able to see
Because a spotlight doesn't have the capacity and power of a sun's light, okay? If the Earth...
I think you're basing your whole...
No.
Your whole argument is based off this supposed strength of the sun, and it's not as strong as what you think. It rotates around everything.
Wrong. You're wrong.
Okay. I guess that's your argument. I'm wrong.
No. That's my argument is that if it were flat and the sun were peering down on one end of the Earth, you would be able to see the sun in the sky.
Who said that?
It's a fact. That's how flat surfaces and curved surfaces work, okay? No. Another reason is if the Earth were flat, again, so if the Earth is curved, everybody knows that the higher you go, the more you can see, okay?
The higher you go, the more you can see. Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Is that fair?
Fair. Yeah.
All right. And the reason that height affects the distance you can see is, can you guess? The Earth is curved. Okay. Were the Earth flat, I wouldn't need to go higher to see further. It would all be flat there in front of you.
You're fucking crazy. So you're telling me that, okay, let's do it small scale.
It's proven.
Here. Let's do it small scale on this
And I've got
table.
another one after this. So
let's do it small scale on this table.
Okay.
This is flat. Okay.
You can't.
You're telling me right now this is.
No, this
are you
isn't
agreeing that this is flat?
Yes, but this is not
flat?
to scale. So whatever you're about to try to do isn't going to work.
Are you agreeing that this table's flat?
Obviously.
Okay. My finger's here. I have to look through a bunch of shit to get to see the other end of the table, right? If I raise up here, I'll be able to see the end of the table. This isn't rounded. That's just the way that angles work.
If you're standing right here, you can see visibly to this side easily.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And
if this table is curved, you cannot see this side.
Are you trying to explain that you can see the curvature of the Earth based on going...
I'm not.
I go up a 20-story building and I can all of a sudden see the curvature of the Earth? No.
I don't think you understand like how that affects what you see and how if it were flat, you wouldn't need to do that. If the Earth were flat, then I wouldn't need to fucking go higher to see further. It would be the same distance.
You always have to go higher to see further.
You're wrong. You don't understand flat surfaces.
Okay.
So
even
another
if you
thing.
Go here, even if I'm here on the side of a mountain and I'm going hunting, this is the mountain.
Stop.
And the tree's here. Even if I climb the tree, I'll be able to see more up the mountain.
You're not understanding what I'm saying at all. Okay.
Obviously, I'm not. But go ahead.
I know you're not. This is proven fucking studies that have been done.
Proven. We don't like to use that term in science.
Anyways, shadow clocks. How do those work?
Shadow clocks.
Ancient shadow clocks.
I'm not familiar with a shadow clock.
The Greeks, the Romans, in their front yard, they would have a fucking stone little tablature with a circle on top, and it would have a little triangle in it. And as the sun fucking Earth rotates and the sun moves, the shadow would fucking tell you what time of day it is, okay? So, a shadow clock in America is not going to have the same time as a shadow clock in fucking South America, whatever, okay? So, if it was flat, if the Earth was flat, every shadow clock in every single place would have the exact same shadow.
I think you're stuck on this Earth is flat thing, and you're missing the point that everything's rotating around the Earth. That's what my whole point is. A shadow clock would be the same at different places on the Earth if the sun's rotating around the Earth versus if the Earth is rotating around the sun. It's the same pattern.
Okay.
So
I got you.
The sun or the Earth is.
So facts just don't work.
Here. There's no facts.
Okay.
There's no facts with the solar system. There's no facts with outer space. We're all Galileo looking up at the stars. No matter how many fucking fancy ass, what do they call them? The telescopes. Whatever you've got, the Hubble telescope. It's all fucking us looking up at the stars and trying to debunk the actual reality that the Earth is the center of this universe. I don't like to use that word either. The Earth is the center of everything, and everything else is rotating around.
I feel like I'm getting dumber.
Why?
Just
you like to listen to your science books because your fourth grade teacher taught you this shit.
You have nothing to base any of these opinions on.
But you don't either.
Oh my God. I just laid it out for you.
Dude.
You'll just deny anything that contrasts your opinion.
I think you're doing the same thing I'm doing.
I'm not. At all. You're in the vast minority of people, my friend.
Oof. I don't know about that.
And academics and scholars would laugh in your face.
I think academics and scholars probably would, because they're just even more deeply ingrained into this bullshit textbook writer society.
Okay. Right.
To where
they probably haven't done as much research.
I don't know what their agenda is.
Okay.
But I'm trying to figure that out too. I don't think that there's much to profit or gain from either side.
Okay.
They like to think that the universe is fucking forever, but it's not. It's right here. We're here.
Part of me feels like they may have done a little bit more research and studying than what you have on this topic.
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they've wasted their life, because I know our reality.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah, but you go, okay, so the big thing is,
I mean, it makes sense.
You can see the curvature of the earth if you go and stand at the ocean and a ship goes out.
Oh, that was another one.
And disappears over the horizon.
That was another one. That's the thing.
No, that's just the way that everything seems to get smaller. It's not disappearing, it's getting smaller because of our lenses and our eyes only have a capacity to see a certain thing. You can zoom in and zoom in and zoom in. If you have one of those Hubble telescopes, like what your fucking buddies use at NASA, you can zoom and find that fucking ship 1,000 miles away if you want to.
If the Earth were flat, you could do that.
I'm telling you could.
No, you can't.
Okay. I'm just telling you can't.
How do you know that?
Because you can.
Oh, because you can. Okay, I got it. That makes more sense when you explain it like that.
It is what it is.
I mean, right.
So how do you explain that? Okay, you can pick me apart. That's fine. How do you explain these doctored images of the Earth being around when it's all fake? Nobody's ever been far enough away from the Earth. Because they say even NASA says it's fake. Even NASA explains that they have to doctor the images,
dude.
Because it is. That's what their explanation is. It's doctored because it has to be. Because nobody's been that far away. Nobody's ever seen the curvature of the Earth. Everybody has seen the Earth from an eyeball lens to make it look like it's round when it's really not.
I disagree.
Okay.
Strongly. Like most people.
What phone is ringing?
Cut that shit the fuck off. Well, I think it's safe to say that I respect your opinion. You're a fucking idiot. But don't
what?
Don't look at me like that.
I'm engaging.
I think we should table this.
Okay.
Because I don't think we're budging either way. And I feel like I sold my points a little bit better than what you sold yours. Because all of your explanations were just cuz.
I mean, there's no evidence to show that the Earth is actually round. Show me a picture. Go far away from the Earth. If they really could go far away from the Earth, go to the moon like they say they could, then take a picture. But no astronauts have ever even seen the Earth from the moon.
Dude, why do you think that the phases of the moon, the shadow is curved on it? Why do you think that?
I don't know.
What could possibly be making that shadow?
That doesn't mean that has nothing.
In a lunar eclipse, when the Earth is between the sun and the moon, there is a curved shadow that happens on the moon. Because
lunar eclipse,
the Earth is spherical.
In a lunar eclipse, the sun, then you've got the moon, then you've got the Earth.
There is a point in a lunar eclipse in which the Earth passes. Fucking look it up. Go ahead. Fact check me. You're more than welcome to.
A lunar eclipse.
Yes, sir.
Sun, moon, then the Earth. The only thing I know about that's a solar eclipse. Sun, moon, Earth. A lunar eclipse is sun, Earth, moon.
It's crazy. That's what I just said.
Sun reflecting the Earth onto the moon, right? How does that make the Earth round? Or and how does that
just
debunk
said
the fact
it
that everything's
casts
rotating
a
around the
spherical
Earth?
shadow onto the moon? How else would that happen if the Earth were not a sphere?
When does it cast a spherical shadow on?
Shelf it. What's next?
What
is next?
What
is next?
I don't know.
Shelf, top shelf, put it there.
I just don't know if there's much. Scholars have actually debated over this, and whatever his fucking stupid name is, the astrophysicist
Neil deGrasse Tyson
has openly said that he'll never ever speak with a flat earther because
and I can see why.
Because you can take a debate and form your words in a way that make it seem like you win without any factual evidence.
That's crazy.
That's what he said.
That's fucking crazy he would say that.
It seems like if he had a bunch of evidence as an astrophysicist, which actually the definition is just somebody that's wasted their life on studying something that doesn't exist. It seems like if you had all this evidence, it would be simple to debate somebody. Be like, listen, I have devoted my life to this. I know that it's real.
I think you're missing the point is that it's not worth his time.
Okay. Whatever he thinks. I don't want to speak for him. I'm sure he's spent a lot of time in the library studying shit that's not even fucking real. So whatever floats his boat.
Yeah.
I don't want to debate him for the same reason, because I'm sure he's going to use these crazy.
Yeah, and you believe in God, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I mean, what is the? How different is that? How different is it than believing in in
space, something that's documented
universe.
And shown?
But I mean, how different is believing in a creator?
No, that's just as crazy. I'm talking about the idea of space existing compared to thinking that there's a heaven and fucking
nobody's been to
faggy
space.
Little angels flying around.
I mean, nobody's been to actual space. Nobody's been outside of the. Okay, even if the space station exists, it doesn't. But even if it does, who's been beyond that, and how far away is that?
No, that's when you get into uncharted territory of theory, but they have sent telescopes and fucking
they've sent
not telescopes, satellites with, cameras on them and things of that nature, and they have taken photos with telescopes from the Earth that are what are those two telescopes in the desert somewhere? Those like super high powered ones. They're like, you know what I'm talking about?
Bill Nye said himself that it's impossible to leave the Earth's orbit. It's impossible. Can't do it. He's Bill Nye the Science Guy. And he's not a flat earther.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even really have to like comment on what you just said.
Bill Nye?
You used Bill Nye as a reference point.
Unfortunately, when it comes to astrophysics or anything that has to do with astronomy, I get them mixed up because they're so similar. Astronomy or astrology, same thing. All fiction. Anything that has to do with space, Bill Nye's name comes up because he's one, unfortunately for your case, one of the leading names in this flat earth debunker group.
So, like, why has no one ever fallen off the edge?
It's impossible.
Why?
There's an ice wall. Anybody that gets close enough.
I knew you were going to say the fucking ice wall, man.
Anybody that gets close enough, it's all ice.
Why hasn't that been documented before? Why is there no documentation of the ice wall? Why is there no documentation of the ice wall?
There is. There's ancient depictions of maps drawn by ancient civilizations.
Stop saying ancient.
Ancient. There's
redneck.
There's a lot of documentation about the ice wall and about the shape of the Earth.
Okay. So
just get on a boat and go. And I guarantee you'll hit ice at some point.
I can't wait until we colonize Mars.
It's never going to happen.
Yep. We're going to be...
If it could happen, it would have.
Shut up. We're going to be old as fuck. No. Like, yep. And I'm literally going to give you a call. And I'm going to be like, I fucking told you, you retard. And you're going to be like, who is this? And that's going to be it. Because you have dementia. Right?
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. I can promise you.
You having dementia or me calling you up saying, told
I'll
you,
definitely have
fuckface?
dementia, but we're not gonna colonize Mars ever, never, ever.
Yeah, but some sort of space shit's going to happen and I'm going to be like, I fucking told you, you idiot.
And that's another big thing. It's like, why are we not doing more research on the moon? We figured it all out in 1960.
Scary.
We didn't even know how to have a cell phone in 1960, but we've got all the research we need from the moon. Why are we not trying to go back? And then NASA said that they've lost all the information on how to get to the moon. They've lost all of the mathematical and physics information on how to get there. It's gone. Sorry, we can't get back.
Where did you hear that?
From my sources, brother.
Dude.
See, the problem...
I told you to come proper, and you're not giving me anything.
I'm just telling you. The sources that... See, the mass media tends to try their best to debunk or tear down any sort of research that's done on flat Earth, so they just automatically like make whatever article about flat Earth seem like some type of crapshoot, but it's really not. I mean, there's one video I could show everybody that's just gonna be like.
You understand, like, believing in flat Earth is like the equivalent of like being a Scientologist. Like that's how ignorant that is.
I don't think it is. I just feel like everybody else on this earth is really just has bought into this agenda that we've been taught for our whole life when there's no evidence on either side. There's no hardcore, like literally.
What could anyone possibly have to gain from putting up an agenda that the earth is a ball? What could be their motive behind that to dupe us? Why?
I don't know. Maybe just to think that there's more out there. Maybe to make themselves seem smart. That's how science works. Everybody's trying to get something published.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, space is real, for sure. You're kind of retarded. Just a little bit.
You're making me feel self-conscious. I just don't.
Well, you should, because every time I've asked you to explain why you think something, I just fucking cuss.
Yeah, but you don't have any evidence either as to why space exists. Like, nobody's been there. You have a big group of scientists behind you.
I feel like this is like, I feel like I'm talking to Rylan right now. Like trying to explain
this is such an easy argument for you, but I mean, it's really not. I want to hear evidence of.
I've given you evidence.
Okay, the Earth is round thing, whatever, take it or leave it, but I just don't really feel like there's any evidence that the sun is that the Earth is rotating around the sun, that there's other planets, and that outer space even really exists.
So you don't think the Earth rotates at all?
I don't know about that, but I do know that the Earth is the center of everything. Because that's all we know, and that's what you should go by, is all you know. I mean, that's really? You're going to just say that something is fact, that we are rotating around this hypothetical situation where there's a big sun millions and millions of miles away. The sun's not as far away as what they tell you it is. The moon's not as far away as what they tell you it is. The moon generates its own light. There's no other planets. Everything is rotating directly around a center point on the Earth.
I genuinely feel dumber.
You shouldn't.
From having listened to this.
You really shouldn't. Everybody always tries to say that the Earth is moving 1 million miles an hour through the solar system and 10 billion miles an hour through the universe and all that bullshit. Show me the evidence. I mean, come on.
So what do you think about
Why do you think I'm moving 1 million miles an hour and I can just like that liquid is pretty still right there. It's moving 1 million miles an hour. Like, what is it? What is it? Is it because we're inside? Let's take it outside. I mean, Jesus Christ.
How do you think everything was created? What about the Big Bang?
It's fake. What's the story now? Hydrogen.
No, I don't. What do you think happened?
The story now.
How was Earth created?
The story that they'll tell you now is that once upon a time, and they all start like that, same way my belief starts. Once upon a time, there was a hydrogen atom and a helium atom.
And atom?
A hydrogen atom and a helium atom.
Okay.
And they got mad at each other, and I guess they got in a fight. And they decided to just...
Where are they at this point in reality?
Well, this is your theory, so it's not mine. I'm just trying to paraphrase. They were in outer space, like what you believe in. And for whatever reason, nothing else existed. Somehow
they weren't in space. They were creating space.
Somehow somebody put a hydrogen atom and a helium atom there. Chicken or the egg. They manifested themselves, I guess.
Okay.
And then everything from this Earth came from one hydrogen atom and one helium atom. And it's kind of odd that an atom is called an atom, atom.
Huh?
Same name as Adam, Adam, as in Adam and Eve.
I mean,
somebody had some beliefs. I just realized that as I was saying Adam so many times.
Yeah, it's crazy, the synergy
So
between those
the Big
two
Bang Theory
events.
is that a hydrogen and helium atom came out of nowhere, busted into each other, and then the universe was made over millions and millions and billions of years. But nobody knows who put that hydrogen atom and helium atom there. We still didn't manifest the creation theory. So that theory is just as crazy as believing that there's a higher power and we're here for a reason and we were put on this earth for a reason. And that's what I believe.
So
and don't personalize it and get into this fiction story of this guy with a beard in the sky that just started picking things and Noah's Ark and all that bullshit. Don't get into that. We're talking about creation right now.
Okay.
My theory on creation, that we were put here by there's something else that's in control, is not debunked by the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I didn't say that. And I'm fine with the idea of a higher power, not the biblical God. But that's the thing is, like, to say we're put here for a reason, like, are we though? You know?
I mean,
because there's definitely some people I could say I think are just fodder.
Yeah, I think those people were put on Earth as tests to the people around them.
But I just, the idea of there being like a little pop the size of a pin needle that expanded into the universe. It's a very fun theory to entertain.
Yeah.
Just as fun as a man floating in the sky.
Yeah, they're identical. I mean, they're identical theories.
The farcical nature of both, yes, are very high. But, I think it gets bogged down with the Christianity and all that shit. I'm cool with, like, a higher power. I don't know if it exists. It might. But I think it's like a blob more like than like a bearded fella. And the creationism is more of like them kind of just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks rather than like hoping we do good. You know what I mean? Like, let's put a bunch of cocks in this ring and just see what happens to them. Let's pop a planet here, put a species on it, see if they develop, see if they can figure shit out.
Has that ever happened anywhere else but here?
We don't know.
Yeah.
Are
there any other species on this planet that have any type of intelligence other than us?
Not much.
Anybody else built a house? Anybody else have a cell phone?
That's what I'm saying.
Can anybody else speak an actual language?
So obviously,
can anybody use a tool other than a rock against the stick? No. So
okay.
We're on this planet for a reason. Can you agree that we're here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
What?
I'm not getting defensive with you.
Well, okay, but all I'm saying is that, yes, we are on this particular one to see if we can make civilization and build from the ground up. And I'm saying I like to entertain the idea that there are other planets in the universe where creator or creators have manifested a world and put a species on it, and lots of different types of worlds with different species to see, that, in the universe, what can manifest and reach their pinnacle, if you will, in which I think we're just the buffer for the next species on Earth. I think we're the creators of the next
What do you
species.
think about the theory that we're parasites on Earth? We were never meant to be here. We were an accident, and we've just been destroying Earth.
Can't be. There's no, dude, like, for all of the variables of this planet to be able to sustain our life, to be lined up the way that they are, there's no way we're like parasites.
Yeah.
There's
You
no
also
way.
have to dig into, like, as far as the farces that we've been taught. Like, we were always taught there's a common earth composition. I even remember doing it with clay in science class in elementary school. You've got the inner core, the outer core.
Yeah.
The mantle, the crust, whatever, the outer crust, inner crust, whatever the fuck it is.
Oh,
Nobody's ever dug deeper than where we're at. So that's all fake.
Pause.
It's an educated guess.
Flat Earth.
Actually, an uneducated guess.
Flat Earth debunk. Gravity, center of the Earth. That's why we get pulled down. If the Earth were flat, were I on one end of the Earth, I would get pulled to the side, not down. Debunked. Anyways, back to the universe stuff.
No. That theory only applies if we're in that you're applying spherical physics to the actual world, which is flat. The flat Earth, some people say that it's just constantly moving up. Nobody knows. I think it's on pillars, and that's just the way the world was made. The way the world was made is you jump up in the air, you go back to the ground. It's that simple. It doesn't have to be at a center point.
Okay.
If you're on one end in Antarctica versus the other end in Greenland.
That's how gravity works, dude. You have to have a center of gravity pulling you down.
Yeah, gravity is based off of a spherical model.
Okay. Anyways, back to the creation stuff. So
no, but again, I mean, this is all fake. Like the idea of the inner core and the outer core and the mantle and the crust and the outer crust. That's all fake. It's all fake. Nobody's ever dug that deep. So how do they know? How do they know, Jones?
I'm just
a guess.
I don't. Maybe.
Here's what happens. This is the model I like to think of.
Okay.
There's the earth, and then there's the fucking underworld, baby. The underworld is a pit full of fucking lava. And every once in a while, in those shitty-ass places like Hawaii and Pompeii, sometimes that underworld just tends to creep up and just shoot out every once in a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's coming from the core of the
No, it's
spherical
not.
Earth.
Apparently, it's coming from the mantle.
What the fuck ever, dude? There's lava.
Mm-hmm.
The Earth is akin to a Rolo, and there is a lava caramel center.
Okay.
That's what it is, with lots of other layers in between. So it's
why?
kind of more like
I mean,
layered...
what's where's that energy coming from to keep that shit so hot?
It's beyond my pay grade.
I mean, regardless of either one of our views, that shit's hot. We know it's hot. So what's generating it? I think the Earth generates its own heat.
Right.
Because the Earth is the center of the universe.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right. But so these creators,
okay,
all right, they created us, but but we're creating what's next.
Okay.
And that's going to snuff us out. And we just don't know it yet.
What's next? AI?
Mm-hmm. We'll become completely sentient. All we were ever meant to do was build the AI.
Okay. So your theory is the higher being may be the aliens from the other planets. And we were sent here some thousands of years ago, not millions of years ago, some thousands of years ago to inhabit this earth, to make sure, as explorers, to make sure that this was inhabitable.
Think about it.
And to make this some type of self-sufficient revenue generator for another planet.
Another species, maybe not. I mean, they'll still can reside on Earth, but think about it, dude.
Where did this species come from? Oh, we were already here? And then
we're
we were
here
inhabited.
and we're creating AI,
Gotcha.
sentient AI beings, and that's the thing is like it's gonna start cybernetic, but it's gonna go to like bio type cybernetics, which is just like organically grown synthetic humans,
Computers that live off of human matter.
right? And there will also be the cybernetic kind. But think about it, as humans, why do you think since the beginning of time, every single year we invent? And like every year a new iPhone comes out and it's more up to date and it's more advanced. And every single year we're like, all those guys at Apple are like, fuck, we got to come out with the next thing next year. And us as humans, like we're always like building and like striving to like make things better.
But
and
according
things.
to that theory, then this contact would have had to happen in the 80s? 1980s?
What do you mean contact?
This alien contact would have had to happen.
No, I'm not saying.
I know. But I mean, we were basically the same. You look at people in the 1900
Mm-hmm.
versus year one.
Uh-huh.
People were basically the same. You know what I mean? In 1900, there was a little bit of industry going around. They found some coal. They had some steel. Basically the same. They figured out how to build buildings. Now, from 1900 to 2020, in the last 120 years, it has been goddamn exponential. Technology has gone through the roof. Technology wasn't even a thing before 1900.
It was.
Why are we
the same? It wasn't
why are
the
we
same,
excelling
dude.
in the exponential rate?
You're trying to say that a year one person, a Neanderthal, is the same as a 1900 person?
Neanderthals don't exist. A year one person is the same person as me and you, just not as educated. So, a year one. Okay, don't say year one.
You said that.
Okay, I did, but because you think for some reason in year one they were Neanderthals, which they're not. According to you, that would have been approximately 13,000 years ago, 14,000 years ago, whatever. Anyway, anatomically correct human beings, whenever we agree that the earliest people, just like me and you, year 1000, right?
Okay.
The year 1000 versus the year 2000.
Obviously, there's a difference.
Okay, but they were basically the same for 900 years. They had just figured out, like, they didn't even have the car in the year 1900, right? It was like 1902 or 1903.
I don't know.
So they had buildings, and they were still riding around on fucking horseback and trains and shit.
I get what you're saying, but
why the exponential growth now? Why are we so different? Because that contact may have happened quicker than what we thought, or maybe we just haven't been here as long as what people like to think we have.
All I'm saying is I don't think it's...
The Earth isn't as old as what scientists would like you to... the Earth may have been here for a while. Humanity, in our form, hasn't been around as long as what they would like you to believe.
Right, but, like, that's fine to entertain that, but... And like, possibly, like, an encounter did speed up the technological growth, but I'm saying that, like, I don't think we were, like, placed here as in, like, I think we were placed here as in, like, woo-woo, wave my hands, they're there, the species is on the earth, they've just manifested, and now let's see if they can create the AI. They're the gears.
How long do you think we've been around?
I have no idea. I don't have any research or evidence I don't even know what, like, Christians believe. I don't know any.
Yeah, a lot of my thoughts have been manifested from the fact of this crazy technological growth in the last 20 fucking years. Like, cell phones came on the market 20 years ago, and now we're a completely different species as we were 20 years ago. We're completely different.
Yeah.
Everything is different. Why?
Yeah, but I think that's to be said for most time jumps like that throughout history.
Yeah, but nothing's happened ever. No, I mean, there's been no jump the way that there's been a. I mean, the cotton gin was invented. Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin.
Yeah, but you have to think of what that was back then.
Henry Ford.
Because you can't start at year 1000. Let's make a cell phone. Everything that they did led up to humans being able to create a cell phone and other inventions.
The internet, right?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're going to come out with that shit out their ass. Same way, like, if I were to start...
But why? Was it an alien placed on Earth to just help them along? Because they took fucking 15,000 years?
It's just like if...
Because now they got it figured out.
It's like if I wanted to learn piano, I wouldn't start playing fucking crazy-ass keys. I would start out slow, and then at one point it would probably click, and I would be like, oh. You know what I mean?
Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, you just practice the piano, and then all of a sudden one day it's just like, okay, here we go.
No, but you know what I mean when you're learning to do something new, and it's like every time you go at it, you're like learning a different aspect of it, and then finally you start to tune all those up, and one day you can put everything together, and you're like, oh, fuck, this makes sense. So let me now build on that.
Dude, I can't even figure out how a phone call works. Like what? My words are just
it's pretty
sent
simple.
through the air?
Mm-hmm. Radio waves.
I don't even believe in that.
Dude, for your cell phone to work, you have to believe in space. Literally.
I don't even know how this microphone works. Like the fact that I can understand that I speak into this microphone, it goes into this cord, goes into that, and then goes into this, and then comes back to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I don't understand.
Yeah, no shit, dude. But there's people that do understand
how a photograph works.
It basically it's light and imprinting on something.
A video?
It's like that's like thousands
of
photos.
How does this work?
At one time. Everybody knows that, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
Frame rates, man. Everybody knows that.
And then you get into the internet. What is the fucking internet?
It's a portal to a different dimension that we can only see through screens.
Okay.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a different dimension.
Yeah, for sure. And we can manifest ourselves within that dimension, but it's only through like TikTok.
But I mean, when I pay the internet company,
yeah,
for internet access,
right?
What I want to see where it comes from. Like, what is generating internet?
So. Like,
it's coming to this computer via a wire to your modem.
Yeah, and that picks up a signal from a tower that picks up a signal from a satellite.
Fake!
Too loud.
Satellite.
Really loud.
A fucking satellite?
Way
really?
Too loud.
A satellite.
That's what's happening. That's a really basic understanding of it. But
where's it? What is it? What is it? Even if it's going from the cable company to a satellite, what is it?
Literal waves.
Waves?
Ocean waves of information and, and ones
I would
and
love
and coding.
Who invented the internet? Bill Gates?
No. I don't know.
I think it was Bill Gates.
What? Look it up. I don't have a fucking clue.
I don't know.
Don't look it up.
I want to speak with who invented the internet and just see. Just ask, what is it? For a dumbass. I'm sure you've done this every day for the last 20 years of your life. Because the internet didn't exist in 1990.
Okay.
So it's a new thing. And it's not cell phones, and it's not any other technology other than the internet that has completely excelled us beyond belief, beyond what anybody thought humans would be.
Yeah. We're robots already.
The internet has made us all artificial intelligence transmitters.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as I tell you something that I saw on a flat earth video, I'm a messenger for artificial intelligence that I'm getting through my phone, right? Or through the computer.
Yeah.
I just want to know what it is. Like, who is it? What can I grab it with my hand?
It's the first one, dude.
Can I
Can
I spit it onto a woman? Like, what is it?
It's the prototype. It's the starter.
The internet.
Mm-hmm.
Great name for it too.
Internet.
Internetwork.
Internet.
So what's next?
Automation.
Nothing.
Yes.
Come on.
Automation. Automation.
Teleportation. How far are we from teleportation?
Very far.
Why? Catch some dude in 1960. Let's time travel for 1960.
Even more
and tell
impossible.
Tell him, listen.
You can't time travel.
Listen, dude. In 2020, you're going to have a little square in your pocket.
Uh-huh.
And you're going to have access to all the information ever created in the entire universe.
Farcical.
In your hand.
Yeah, crazy. We did it, though.
He's going to say, you're fucking crazy.
I know.
That's just as crazy as thinking right now, in 20 years, we could be teleporting to China if we wanted to.
Not quite as crazy. We're talking technological growth compared to fantastical, cosmological things happening. That's what we're comparing.
Cosmetology?
Cosmological.
You can get your hair cut?
Okay. Anyways, so, yeah, teleportation, think we got a while. AI, a while, not as long.
Yeah, but you got to think, they're teleporting it. When you look at your phone and Google a flat earth video, you're teleporting information to yourself, right? So somebody wrote something down. If I want to look up the Declaration of Independence on my phone right now, you're basically to the 1960 brain. How are you going to teleport the Declaration of Independence to yourself without
I think the principles behind that are a little different than teleporting a human body.
FaceTime. You go to your grandpa in 1960 and say, believe it or not, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be able to pull up this little square, this little square of glass, and you're going to be able to talk to anybody you want to on the entire flat earth.
Yeah, it would sound crazy for sure.
You might, they're going to be in the phone. They're going to be in the glass.
Dude,
you're going to put them in the glass?
You could tell someone about like Super Nintendo from the 60s and they would be blown away.
How does that even work? How does
Dude,
a video
obviously
game work?
I don't know that, but there are... Oh my God.
How does a CD player work? I can understand a record, barely, where the needle goes and scratches and makes a certain vibration. How does a fucking CD-ROM work?
You're burning the track onto the disc and then it reads it.
How does it read it?
I don't
from the glass,
fucking know
from the clear
how
glass.
Everything in the world works and operates.
Imagine if you did. Imagine if you knew how everything works.
That'd be crazy amount of knowledge, Jake. Probably impossible to attain.
I thought I knew a lot of shit. Boy, was I wrong.
Same.
How does a CD player work?
Why would you... It's like you're questioning if that's even reality in a CD player playing it.
It wasn't. Newsflash. They never even existed. And then you look at... we were kids when this shit was happening. Right when a CD player came out, we're like, oh, this is fucking sick. We can go buy a CD. And then an iPod came out, the iPod Nano in lime green color. And we're like, what? You have to download? What is download? Where do I put the CD into this fucking thing?
You could put CDs and you could upload them
And
in
then
your
our
iTunes.
fucking immature prepubescent brains were told, oh yeah, you just go on the computer and you buy it, plug your iPod into it, and it's there.
Yeah,
and
like,
then
what
we
are
got no explanation.
What are we debating right now?
I don't know. We're not debating. I'm just talking about how crazy it was to grow up.
Yeah.
To be a 25, 26-year-old in this world right now is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's odd.
How are we supposed to contemplate anything about real life? Everything we live in is a fucking simulation. It's all fake.
Well, I mean, there's definitely a synthetic coating on a lot of stuff nowadays. That's for sure. I can agree with that. But yeah, I mean, dude, it just hit a point where things have started to escalate, and that's just the direction we're heading in. And I
just want to know what's next. I really.
How many times do I have to say it, dude? It's AI.
What does that even mean, AI?
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah, but what does that mean, though, AI? I mean, are we... I know what artificial intelligence is, but what is... Everybody says AI is the next big thing. Like, what? How's it going to affect my life?
It starts with automation, okay? They're going to take all of our jobs, all right? The only thing that's going to be relevant coming from a human being's mind are creatives in the future.
So what's going to happen to everybody else? What's going to happen to 360 million people?
They're going to become impoverished. The world government and economy is probably going to collapse at some point. Then things will likely be ran by mega corporations and things like that in the near future.
I like some of that.
And they will have, most armies will have disbanded, and these mega corporations will hire their own armies and militias privatize businesses and things like that.
All you libertarians listening, go ahead and listen up. This is what's coming.
This is exactly what's going to happen. So basically the entire, there's going to be a nuclear fallout, likely another pandemic breakout of something far worse than the coronavirus wiping out a vast majority of the Earth's population.
Something worse than COVID? Oh my God, I'm scared. Holy shit.
Right.
No, I listened. I looked up, I've been talking COVID for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked up this actual stats today. Well, okay. I should never say actual stats.
Exactly.
I looked up whatever the fabricated stats that whatever the fake news programs put out.
Uh-huh.
They're saying that 58 million cases there's been 58 million cases worldwide, and 2 million of those have died. So basically, if you contract it, no matter what age, you got a 2% chance. However, they'll never let you know what the stats are of people that died. If 2 million people have died, I want to know the stats and the lifestyles of the people that have died, because I can guarantee you they're fabricating something. It's not a 2% chance of dying. That's absolutely fucking crazy.
Probably. Yeah, I could see that happening for sure.
And people have died from it.
Right, yeah.
But people die from pneumonia. But people die from car wrecks.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm not nearly...
That's another thing about this world being the superorganism, and we're just viruses on it. Why are there these crazy viruses that just knock people out? Why are there earthquakes? Why are there volcano eruptions? Why are there tsunamis and hurricanes? It's just the superorganism just cleaning fucking house.
You think so?
Yeah.
That might be crazy.
I like it. I like the idea of it.
I kind of do too.
And if you look at like the world from a satellite photograph, you look at like roads look like scars, and then neighborhoods look like zoomed out, look like patches of like warts and things like that. It's just like we're a big fucking virus. It's just
possible.
Digging holes and scratching up the surface,
taking all the resources.
But that bitch is strong underneath, in the mantle and the inner core.
I do think the human race will eventually be wiped out.
Absolutely.
You know, for sure. Not in our lifetime, but...
I mean, COVID will probably do it.
Well, like I said,
Stay home. Don't work, for sure.
Well, there's going to be another pandemic, you know, and it's going to kill a lot of people.
Why is everybody saying that? Because this is the first one that's like serious in our lifetime.
I'm talking like 100 years.
Okay.
50 to 100 years.
I had this argument with my wife earlier, and she's like, yeah, it's like, we're going to have to deal with this from now on. And I was like, yeah, wait till the next election. We'll have another one. She's like, Jake, they don't just like make up viruses whenever they need something to happen. I'm like, You're wrong. Yes, they do.
I think you have to question anything like that happens in that sort of time period.
The writing's on the wall, dude. This is the biggest conspiracy ever. It's not even a conspiracy anymore. It's like, yeah, this shit it's real. COVID-19 is real. C19er is real.
C19er.
But it's not as bad as what everybody
I'm
is
definitely
saying
not.
that it is. And they're still trying to control. So that's what I tried to explain to her. The government got a little taste. And the governments across the world got a little taste of what actual control is like, and they like it. So they're keeping this fucking narrative going for as long as they can. They already rigged one election. Let's see how long they can fucking keep it going. Yeah. Keep the economy down. Get closer and closer and closer to the way that China's doing it, and China's doing it right. If you're in a government standpoint, control fucking everybody. Actually, North Korea is doing it right? They fucking control absolutely everything that everybody does. And this is we're way closer to that than we ever have been before.
Oh yeah, I know.
We can't even have 3 households together at Thanksgiving.
Are they really going to police that?
I want to be the first person arrested for a COVID violation. Because I can promise you, I will shit and sneeze all over that. Is COVID transmissible by shit?
I don't think so. I think it's airborne.
Is it?
Okay. By like coughing and speaking.
I will be speaking all over that cop car.
I just, I do think it is a little bit of a ruse.
That's ice cold.
But probably it's been sitting there a while. But that's the thing is like, I think like there's eventually the people that are in the camp that like they're not going to be suppressed are gonna like fight back, and I do think we're gonna have a crazy world war. There's gonna be nuclear fallout. There's gonna be nuclear zones like Chernobyl that are not gonna be livable anymore, and countries will have to converge into one mega country of all different races and creed.
What happens if people just stop listening to this bullshit? It's like, okay, if you're vulnerable, just stay home. But I'm not vulnerable, so I'm going to live my life. What happens when that happens?
I mean, I don't know, but I'm really...
Well, they've controlled us for a year. How have they controlled us for a fucking year?
I'm definitely to the point where I'm done with the fucking mask. I'm done with it. I fucking hate it.
Stop wearing it.
I can't. I like my job.
You can do this.
Yeah. No. So, I mean, no, I'm over it. Like, if I haven't gotten COVID at this point, and I've been pretty
statistically, you probably have gotten it.
Possibly, exactly. And I've been pretty, cool with living my life, going where I want to go. I really only started wearing the mask like into stores recently when like a lot of stores around here actually started. Like I remember I tried to go in Walmart one day, and there was a security guard standing out. And literally, he was like, "You got a mask?" And I was like, "In my car." And he was like, "Well, you can't come in here with that one on." And I was like, so now I just always walk up to places.
You should go somewhere
one.
Other than Salem. It's like Nazi Germany going anywhere else.
Yeah,
they would yell at you.
Yeah, Shannon says it's fucking gnarly in L.A.
I hate it. I hate being controlled. It's like, dude, okay, I understand. Be responsible. Care about other people's health. Whatever. If you're vulnerable, stay home. Yeah. But I'm not vulnerable. Exactly. I'm an American. It is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not.
If I get it. If I die from it, I die from it. Make your own decisions. Don't let the fucking government. We said we weren't going to talk about COVID. Fuck. It's just bullshit, dude. I'm getting fed up, and everybody else is too.
Yeah, I'm tired of it. I really am. It's just, it's so much. It's just so fucking stupid and such a joke at this point. And like, I'm talking to people.
Locking everything down. Ohio's locked down. Maryland's locked down. They're doing stay-at-home orders.
Aren't we getting another wave?
That's what they say.
What do you think they're gonna do?
I mean, they're already.
You think we're not gonna be allowed to leave our homes?
Yeah, they're already doing stay-at-home orders in states around us.
Yeah, but you think we're gonna stop working?
I hope so.
I think I'm essential. Pretty sure.
I mean, I never stopped. So it is what it is, but it's just a joke. I'm tired of everybody being scared shitless. Like, I'm tired of wearing a fucking mask.
Yeah, me
like
too.
Like a pussy in an airport. Like, stop.
I look like a ninja. I have a black mask. It looks
My truck
absurd.
got broken into the other day, and everybody's wearing masks, so it fucked everything up as far as security footage goes. Fuck masks. Everybody looks like a goddamn burglar.
So, are you guys gonna find my stuff? Yeah, buddy. Not.
The cops literally told me, like, it doesn't look good on the surface. Everybody's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Like, so if you stole my shit, just bring it back, dude. Ah.
What if they're listening? What if it's just give it back?
They're probably listening to it on my JBL fucking speaker that they stole.
They might be. Yeah. Yep. So, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles in the world in 2020 in a state of absolute hysteria. There's pandemic, there's pandemonium, and I think this is just what this is the new norm.
I'm about to go full-blown denier. I'm not kidding. Like, full-blown crazy person that's actually normal. Because the way that everybody has just been completely manipulated by social media and the actual mainstream media with this fucking COVID shit is unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't trust any sort of, like, social media stuff nowadays. I don't trust any sort of, like...
People are always posting about it, and it's always the...
Oh, dude, I remember I got a friend request from someone we went to high school with the other day, in which I don't have anything against this person, and I'm not going to drop any names or whatever, but so now, like, and that's the thing is I don't ever get on Facebook other than, like, I will click it. If there's a notification, I'll see what it is. It's usually just a friend request or somebody mentioned you in this comment or whatever. And that's about the length I stay on there. Take a look at it, get off. Just doesn't do a whole lot for me nowadays. I'm more of an Instagram, Reddit type of guy. But
I love it.
I looked at
Facebook.
but I looked at this person's page, and one of their first posts that were on their wall, one of their most recent ones, was this crazy fucking political post, and I immediately said, that's an automatic no for me, because in my honest opinion, and that's you can feel how you feel about it, but I think that if you make any sort of political post on your Facebook page, you automatically, in my opinion, are a fucking retard.
Yeah.
I mean that's day one basics right there.
Yeah.
Is what that is. So just shut the fuck up with your politics, on the Facebook. Save that shit for your friends, and only your friends, possibly family.
Yeah, it goes back to Facebook was made to show everybody pictures of your dog or pictures of your vacation when you went to the beach. It's like, well, it's not a platform for that.
Well, I remember when
shouldn't be.
Obviously it first came out, it was like a college student type of connection, and like Shannon, his freshman year of college was 2007, and that was like 3 years after Facebook. I think was 2004 when Facebook came out. Something like that. But I remember when Shannon first set up a Facebook page, and I was like, Facebook, what? And he was all like, yeah, you can keep up with your friends from high school, so I don't, I can still talk to them when I go off to college. And then, that's all it was, though, was just, that. And it's like, it's like Zuck created a monster that just like kept feeding and just growing and just evolving and it's weird.
Dude, it'll drive people. I'm sure it has driven people crazy. Just trying to understand all this shit.
Yeah.
But then you've got also as a human, you've got these instincts where, you get these survival instincts where all you got to worry about, all we have actual capacity to worry about is surviving and making money and providing for a family and paying the bills and keeping the lights on and then
but
trying to be successful.
Don't you
and keep up with our goals?
Don't you ever feel like we gave into the status quo of like, get a good job.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter though, because
I don't know,
the goal is the same regardless if you're Bert Kreischer and you're a comedian.
Yeah, but why does my goal in life have to be money driven? Like, I hate that. It feels
it sucks. I would love an idea,
but it's either buy into that or live in poverty.
I would love the idea of this post-anarchy world or post-apocalyptic world where it's very refreshing to fantasize about only having to worry about literal survival. You know, you don't worry about money. You don't worry about any. You worry about what you're gonna eat.
Yeah.
And where you're gonna sleep that night. Are you gonna die through the night? There's something refreshing about that, you know, because we have all these artificial stressors on us that are fake to actual what our DNA is, which is we're meant to live out in the woods. If you believe in evolution, I mean, we're animals just like horses are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're meant to live out in the woods and survive. But we've fabricated all these stupid ass stressors that people have mental breakdowns because we're not meant to take in all this information. We're meant to figure out how to start a fire, figure out how to eat, and maybe find some water. I mean, that's it. That's three things: fire, food, water. That's it.
But in this modern world, it's like if you ain't got money, you ain't got a fucking life.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. So it's fairly refreshing thinking about maybe we do need to just fucking
go off the grid.
Civil war, full blown apocalypse, no zombies. I could do without the zombies because that's scary as fuck. But this sort of Civil War thing where you just go off the grid and just take your little patch of 50 acres, and maybe you got to cap a couple motherfuckers if they come on and try to steal your shit. But I'm gonna have a couple cows, a couple pigs, my wife, maybe some kids. And then figure it out.
But like,
cut down some logs, build us a house, Alaskan bush people style, and just do it.
But dude,
no electricity, no heat.
It's never gonna be possible.
It's not gonna be comfortable. We're comfortable right now, but that comes with all these artificial stressors.
Saying. Comfortability is what this world is revolved. But
we're
the thing
physically comfortable, but mentally, are we as comfortable as we would be if we were looking at the stars in the middle of fucking Alaska right now?
No, dude. Like all I can think about is like what I do right now. Like I'm just a cog in this system that's being trained and sculpted to do to be a bot for this company
and do the same thing your parents did and their parents did and do the same shit that everybody's done, except for like 5 generations ago when our families came over from Europe and actually fucking did something with their lives. You know, we're pussies.
Yeah,
coming to America is the most pussy shit white people have ever done.
But I just hate the idea of like, you know, where I don't think you can't find the pie in the sky because like
it doesn't exist for one.
It doesn't exist. The pie, not the sky. But no, it's just like what you achieve a good job and then it's just like, well, fuck, there's better jobs out there and there's people making more money and it's just like fuck. You know, you start making more money, and then you realize even that money's not that much fucking money.
And
it's just
controlled by the government, even as free as Americans.
That's what I'm fucking saying. All we are cogs to keep the fucking train rolling. You know what I mean?
Dude, we literally even cash, which is we're going to a cashless society.
It's not even real.
Worse, but cash is just a document from the government. The government pays us, and we use money to buy stuff from the government.
Yeah.
More or less. And that's the way it works.
Yeah.
The government owns the money. We borrow it a little bit when we do a little bit of labor, and then we use it again. We're just fucking mice.
And that's the thing. The only way to like live without jumping into that fucking system of cogs is like, you know, obviously underground illegal shit. And it's like that's only going to be sustainable for so fucking long. None of those people can ride that out forever. And it's just like
the government will fuck you for going against them.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like for
crime is
like for the longest time I always had this mindset of I was just like, and I you know I still am not super driven by money. Like that's not even what drives me in the job that I'm at right now. That's more like the competition. That's what drives me for that. But like
probably ran out of storage.
Fucking it's a reminder for no.
Anyways. Put it back on. Start it back.
Jesus Murphy. But
yeah, you were on a good rant right just now. Damn it. It's so hard to sync all these up.
But with I went through
it's
that.
It's a reminder. Is what you said.
I can't remember where I was going, but I remember what I was saying. So I had the phase where I was like, dude, and I'm not like I said right now, I'm not super driven by like money. You know what I mean? And I'm more driven by like wanting to find some sort of like balance and meaning, and I mean, same as everybody else, not to get corny and shit, but it's like my main goal in life right now is to find like, you know, obviously you can't be ultimately 100% happy ever. That's impossible. But I'm trying to find that like sweet nirvana, and it's just like, you know, I always had this mindset of where I was like, dude, I don't really care much about money at all. Like, if I can just get by, like, that's cool with me. But then you think, like, well, fuck, you know, what am I going to do? Live in this duplex forever? No, I want a house eventually. Got to level up with the money. What, am I going to be alone forever? Nah, I want a fucking wife. Need more money. What am I going to just...
I was going to call you out. I was like, yeah, you say you don't care about money, but...
Well, that's what I'm saying is like, you
about?
can't... I don't, but at the same time, is like, you have to have it. You can't... There's no sort of argument or explanation in this world's economy and day and age where you can tell me that like you can sustain a comfortable life without a decent amount of money.
You have to have government bills is all it is. You got to have a little bit of that piece of the pie from the government.
It's sickening.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I hate it.
So let's go off the grid. We'll get arrested. Every time somebody tries to do that, Waco, Jonestown, every time somebody tries to get away from the government, they end up getting murdered. And they're depicted as some type of crazy cult leader, which maybe some of them were probably, but maybe their original intention was just to try to get away from the fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think it's really possible.
It's probably not.
But I don't know, man. It's just weird, like, because when you're younger, like, you have all these ideals and beliefs about, like, how you're gonna play your life out, and then you get older and you're like, fuck, you have to submit.
Yeah, that's a scary reality. I mean, I bought into that early, though, you know, because I don't know if I conceptualized it the way that I am right now, but, you know, money obviously makes this life easier, you know? So if you're going to buy into it, this bullshit life that everybody's, you know, living, you might as well make it a little bit easier on yourself.
Well, and that's my whole thing is like, I'm aware of the fact that it's bullshit and that it's just something I have to do. And until someone can explain a better method of being able to get by in life without doing that, then I have to submit, which is bullshit. But for the most part, like, you know, like, do I feel like more of a cog than I've ever felt, like, in a profession? Yes.
Do you really?
Dude, come on, man. Like I said, it's definitely fun for me and I enjoy it, but I mean, I can see through any bullshit, and that's all sales is. It's bullshit. It's a bunch of fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And everybody knows that, you know what I mean? I'm not really breaking any fucking ice on that one.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you know, like I said, there's days where like I don't really think much about it, and then there's days where I'm like, and it's like it's not my world, you know what I mean? I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would have to put a shirt and tie on to go to work every day, and you know, it's just I feel like it's easy for me to look from an outside perspective onto like that culture and
yeah, I'm with you. I mean, what's the alternative? We
like,
go
well,
out
that's
and
what
live
I'm saying.
in a fucking tent.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be fun, but like, you know,
would it be possible?
You're struggling
to really figure something out where? But even then, I mean, even if you buy a big piece of property, you know, you still got to buy it from. Basically, the government's got to be involved in anything that you do.
Yeah,
you can't go live off the grid without writing a check to the government.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I mean,
they're involved in everything. How are we different than communist China or communist Russia? It's the same shit. We can just go out and say fuck you to the cops if you want to. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
We can just say more shit.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, I think we're more controlled I think like China and shit, like it's like, yeah, we got you in the palm of our hand. And with America, they're like, we're going to make you feel like
they're
going to
way
make you
smarter.
feel comfortable.
They play what do they call that? What's the saying when you play the long the long ball, or they played the long, whatever it is.
They played
They played the long game. Basically, they were like, no, we're not gonna just freak them out because that'll probably be another civil war. We just had one 150 years ago.
We're gonna trick them into thinking they're
play
in a
the long
comfortable
game.
spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Make them feel like they're not being controlled, but we're manipulating everything they fucking do. And if there's something you can take away from this episode, take that. You ready? You done?
Yeah, I'm done. I gotta pee and I'm hungry. I'm way done.
Thank you for listening. We certainly appreciate it, Jones.
Yep.
Take us away.
I have a mustache now. Bye.
All right. Deuces. Thank you.
Yeah.